Is it on? There we go. All right. Good evening. This is Andre out at Jacksonville, Florida, with my fellow business partners, whether it be from the UK or out of California. We're just going to get ready to pretty much just be straight up as far as the importance of a blog. So I know personally when I got started as far as in the home-based business profession, I didn't know anything about a blog. I came from a offline experience 5 years ago, and had seen blogs online, but only this the part as far as sharing that information, maybe giving out maybe warnings or maybe certain tips or whatever. But I didn't know how powerful they could be because those were blogs that were online for several years. But I won't go into any much further detail about that just yet. Let the rest of the panel go introduce themselves. So let's go out there to and we'll stay in the States and we'll start off with Miss Patricia out there in California.
Yes, I'm Patricia Henry, and it is a hot 100 degrees again here. Well, of course, it's going to be hot because we're coming into summer, and I live in the desert. So it's usually between, I'd say, 90 and 100. And this week it got over 100 degrees, about 104. You know, I don't want to make this sound like a weather report, but heat has something to do with it. Now, in the summertime, of course, we could take vacations and take 2 weeks vacation to go and relax in a nice resort or someplace, enjoy the beach. Like I said, I live in the desert. But, people have a 9-to-5 job. They have to wait a whole year to take a 2-week vacation. But I don't work. I'm retired. But when I did work, I had to do the same thing. So that's why I'm so excited about this topic today. It's about blogging and how it gives us some freedom. Of course, what is a blog? What does it do for us? How do we make money with it? And all of this and the company that we're in. But it just gives us the freedom that like no other. You don't have to be stuck in a cubicle. When there's beautiful weather, hot weather, or whatever, even if there's cold weather, you can escape to a wonderful place. Or you just don't have to go to work, right? So anyway, we'll see how we develop this beautiful topic that we have this week.
Yeah, and then I go next. We're introducing ourselves. I'm Ian from the UK as well, and just got in after going dark here. It's 11 o'clock at night, and saying about what we're doing in this business. It's really, most people are here spending where they work all year round to have 2 weeks vacation, as I am and as we all are in the process of making a life where we don't have to we don't need a vacation from, we're living that life each and every day. And that's what we're in the process of doing now, and blogging comes into it massively, and that's something we're going to be going over in the next hour or so stay tuned.
Hey guys, my name's Neil Henson. I'm also residing in the UK, same as Ian, and I've been online for a good few years now. But if I could say one thing I wish I'd have done straight from the start, and that is actually blogging, kind of what we're going to be speaking about tonight. They talk about a lot of things online, and they're always telling you about trying to build your list and things like that. But the one thing that I do believe they should be focusing on is actually building a blog. And obviously, we're going to go into why, what it can do for you, how to monetize that, and things like that. But yeah, blogging is really, really powerful when used right. But yeah, just if I had one thing I wish I'd have done straight from the off when I got started back in 2009, that would actually be blogging. So yeah, very, very powerful subject and great ways to use the blog. And I will say the one thing I do love about the blog, and that is it works for you 24 hours a day, and it can be out there for as long as you need it to be. I've heard of some people that get paid from blogs years down the line. That's no over exaggeration. One of our mentors, of course, me and Ian have recently purchased into Ray Higdon, often says that he still makes checks from a blog post he wrote over 5 years ago. That is super powerful to be able to say, I've done something 5 years ago and I'm still getting paid for it. That's how powerful blogging is. Obviously, we're going to go to other things like that, but that is just one thing as to how powerful the blog is. So yeah, that's why I'm super pumped about blogging.
All right. So with all of that being said, we're just going to get straight from the very beginning of it. And since I don't really have a Webster's dictionary on me, we are in the 21st century, so I'll just go online. And what am I going to do? Google it, because this is to let you know right off rip what is a blog for starters. And just reading from what Google has to say, the definition is a regularly updated website or web page, typically one run by an individual or small group, which is obviously you, that is written in an informal or conversational style. Now, obviously, with this definition, it's basically, in short, it's like your little headquarters. You can talk about whatever your passion is, whatever. Like, perfect example. Besides this being a home-based business profession, I've been playing semi-pro football for the last 8 years as well, too. But I don't really mention that as I've played semi-pro football that much on my blog because of what personal development has helped for me as far as helping my mindset to help out my teammates win a couple of championships the last 2 years. So I'm talking more from the side of the personal development side. So would it be different type of motivational speakers going down the list? I mean, you can name them. Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, and Jim Rohns. The list goes on and on. But I'm just saying that's just my own headquarters as far as like the information I have to give out to and some of the content I have to bring up as well. Now there are obviously certain books that you might have an interest in reading as well too. I enjoy a lot of personal development books as well. But another one I like to read is a lot of Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad series of books. Most people in the home-based business profession have heard of his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is one of his top-selling books when he first came out in the scenes in 1997. But I read pretty much over 10 of different books that he's written over the last couple of years. That's just an example, again, of pretty much what I like to share about. And pretty much, like I said, we can go on and on and on, which we will pretty much on our own side, too. So just pay attention to what each person is going to be talking about on the panel as far as what's going to be their own interest, too, and what also our own blogging platform can help out with you as well. So with that being said, who wants to take it on next? I guess, well, how about this? Because I know before, Patricia, I know you had like a lot of meaty stuff too, where you want to come up. We'll hold up for you just for a moment too. But as far as an experience or whatever, as far as using the blog or the importance of it, I guess we can go with Neil for right now, man. Go ahead and just share, because I know you also have some information as well, because Patricia will kind of bring it home for what she has. That's how kind of the setup. Like we can set it up for that for the night.
Yeah, cool. I mean, the most common things that I often hear about people, and these are the questions I used to have, only as little as 18 months ago when I first found out about blogging. And like I said, I've been online a few years, and I suppose I've heard the phrase blogging thrown around a bit, and I really wasn't paying attention. But it wasn't until I actually sat down and just thought, I need to figure out what this blogging's all about, because I don't know what it is. I've heard people mention it, but I don't know how to use it, how to incorporate it in my marketing methods. Didn't understand absolutely anything about it. And you know, the common questions I often hear when people are when people are hearing about blogging and stuff, people are saying, well, what is a blog? How do I use it? How can I make money from it? In fact, funnily enough, I actually had a friend who came around the other day, and this is a friend who he got started with me when we got started online back in 2009, but he got a bit disillusioned with it due to some negative feedback that he got on our product launch, and he sort of left it. And it's been a couple of years now, but he's coming back to it. In fact, I'm going to try and get him to meet you guys one of these times. But yeah, he's going round to it. So I've tried talking to him about blogging and stuff, and he said exactly the same to me. He says, well, I don't understand how to use it. How am I going to make money from it? What do I do with it? What do I promote? You know, he doesn't understand absolutely anything. And the thing about blogging is, the key to blogging is it's your way of helping people solve problems. It's your way of getting your message out there into the world. So you can take blogging in a few different ways, and like you pointed out, Andre, it's a regularly updated website. So yes, you can use it for sales. You can use it for sales. But I would always say the key to blogging is solving people's problems. And one of our mentors, Ray Higdon, a fantastic blogger, and whenever I see his blog posts, he's always talking about his particular niche. But I've never heard him once say, use the blog as a selling platform directly. He gives content, and then he always reverts people to a particular place to sell. But is primarily all about talking about your problem. So he goes through his particular niche, what problems they have, and he targets that particular problem with his blog posts. That's for me the key to using your blog to maximum effect. You're actually talking to your audience, so you define what your niche is, and then you find out what problems they have, and then you talk to that problem. So that you're talking almost as if you're talking directly to that user. So what problems are they having? How are you going to help them solve it? How can you give them enough content right there in that blog post for them to say, yeah, you know what, I can do something with that. And then it basically answers their problem. Right, I'm going to go away and get and solve it. And if you can do that, you're going to have so many people that are going to come back to you again and again and again. Because another thing that he actually said in our training course, he said, rather than coming across as a salesman, come across as a problem solver. If you can do that, sales will become effortless, because people will buy from you because they don't see it as buying from you. They're seeing it as, that's what I need to solve my problem. So if you've got a particular problem, whether it be making more sales, recruiting more people, whatever niche you're in, then basically if you can find something to that particular problem and say, look, this is the product you need, and if you've been targeting that with your sales, your message by, talking to that particular problem, and if you says, look, this is what's going to help you, you've sort of bridged that gap already, and they're going to love you so much because of the content you've been throwing out there, that they're just going to want to buy it, because the content you've already got them is what took them to where they are, and they love you for it. And if that particular product is going to take them to the next stage even further, they're not even going to think to buy it. They're not going to think, oh, that person's going to make money from me or anything like that. They're just going to think, well, no, that's right, that's what I need to get to the next level. And once they make that connection, that sales doesn't even come across their mind that they're even buying. They just think that's what I need to get to where I need to go. And so it just makes the sales message so much easier. So yes, you can use blogging for sales, but I would always encourage people to use it to broadcast your message, because that is your way of getting people making your mark on the world and making a mark in your particular niche. So talk to your people, talk to their problems, and then bridge it over to whatever product it is you're trying to do. Don't try to do it in any particular way. If your product doesn't fit, then don't try and make it fit. It needs to be it needs to fit. If your people see you're just trying to make the sale, then trust me, you'll burn the bridges, and it's never going to come back. What you need to do is talk to the problem, bridge it over to if it's a link and it works, then that's what you need to do. Just bridge it over, that's fine, but don't try and force it. If it doesn't work, then find something else. So I mean that for me is what blogging's all about, just helping other people, because the amount of people, in fact, funnily enough, I think it was actually, again, Ray Higdon, sorry, I keep going back to him because I'm just going through so much of his stuff right now, and he just keeps saying, I think he said 60% of people who do online research before buying a product actually type in reviews, and a lot of things are done through blogs. So if you think 60%, even if you look at 1 billion people, which is an underestimation massively as to how many people are online, 60% of 1 billion, that's 600 million people reviewing particular products before they make a sale. That gives you an idea as to how much of an audience you're actually talking to. So if you can get 60% of your audience seeing your content because they're looking for a review on a particular product, or looking for a review on whatever it is, like I say, define your topic as to what your niche is and what problems they have, and then offer solutions that way. And like I said, there's a whole host of things you can do once you've got that. I mean, you can have banners up there. That's how you can monetize it. You can, again, put banners up there for particular products. We have banners up there for our products. You know, that's the way to monetize it. But getting people to your blog that's the key. A lot of people I know, when I first started blogging, I thought that if I just wrote a blog there, eventually Google will find it, and that's how people are going to come to me. And that, you know, again, sort of tells you as to how new I was, how much I didn't know blogging. No idea as to how. I thought, how the hell do I get my blog out there? I didn't not have a clue. And so, like I said, there's obviously syndication strategies and things like that. But you know, like I said, you've got to get your message out there. So don't think like I did, just think it's just going to sit there and everyone's going to find me one day and I'll be a millionaire tomorrow. Obviously, I wasn't that deluded, but you get the idea. But yeah, just yeah. So once you do it, make sure you get your message out there to the world. 'Cause if nobody knows, you know, at the end of the day, as big as Google is, if nobody knew Google existed, obviously Google would have never gone off the ground. So that's the point. Just get your message out there to the world, but make sure you get it out there to the world. Kind of pointless. You can have the best idea and the best sales promotion. You can have everything you want. If nobody knows about it, it's kind of pointless. So don't do what I did and just think it'll get a fan, because it won't. So yeah, well, that's a particular side note. But yeah, I mean, the other thing about the one key I will give away on blogging as well. When you are actually typing in a blog post, define your problem. Find out exactly what it is you're writing about, and don't try and go across the spectrum. Be very, very specific about what problem you're targeting. So, give you an example. If you're working from home, then what are the biggest problems that people are having trying to work from home? So whether they're actually working from home, or maybe they're actually maybe they're wanting to work from home. If they're wanting to work from home, then maybe they need to know what product. Not necessarily what product, but how they could start working from home. So maybe you could give them particular ideas as to how to start building a business online. If they're working from home but perhaps struggle with time, you could talk about time management, or you know, how you could build a business with 1 hour a day. You could be very, very specific about what particular audience you're talking to. Those were just a few subject ideas. But once you've got it, then you've got a particular problem that you're trying to solve. Make sure that problem is being searched. This is another problem I did. I just pretty much, right, I'm going to talk about this today. No research in regards to what problem it was. So for all I knew, nobody could be searching for it, and there probably wasn't. So one, I didn't even know what keyword I was actually targeting, and a keyword is what people type into the Google search bar. So people are saying business opportunities in the UK. I don't know particularly, I haven't checked it, but that is something that's probably being searched. Now Google will tell you how much it's being searched, but if nobody's searching for that, then chances of you actually getting found reduce drastically. So do your keyword research before writing a blog post. Make sure that your title in your blog post is a search term that is being referenced quite a lot. And then once you do that, you've got your topic, you start talking through, and obviously make sure you syndicate. I'll keep saying that because that's something I didn't do, and well, I didn't get no visitors. Funnily enough.
You're not the only one as well. I'm sure there's more than one, and I can say that for myself as well. And it's like your blog is like, it's like in the offline world, it's like your shop, you like your high street shop, and it's like the same thing. People, you know, might walk down the street, and some might see what you've got inside your shop, and some might walk past or not. But if you've got someone on the other side of the world and you've got a shop, how is the person on the other side of the world supposed to know what's in your shop when they can't see it? And it's like, you've got to get yourself out there, and you've got to promote it, and you know, advertise to people that can, and get your shop in front of people who are on the other side of the world, which is, you know, the same thing online. And it's like, you know, looking back, remembering why I got started, and it's like, why do I want this blog? It's like, well, I'm not just going to blog about, you know, any random nonsense like Neil's saying. It's like really focusing down on what exactly your target audience wants, what problems can you solve. But more so, you know, I got started because it's like wanting to find this way to get out of my current situation back then, which was like nearly, you know, a good 18 months since now. But it's like a way to monetize my life, and that was by, after doing a lot of research, like Neil was saying, a lot of people do reviews before they you know, find out about stuff. And you know, that's what I was doing when I first got started. And it was like, how am I going to find this way to you know, get out of my current situation and monetize my life, and you know, actually be able to sustain myself instead of having to, you know, be be underneath my dad all the time and not be able to sustain myself. So what I was doing when I first got started was looking for a way where I can really, live this life on my own terms and really be able to be independent enough to make, have some way of monetizing my life that is not limited by the time that I put into it, that it's not limited by, if I put in, 2 hours today, I'm only going to get, $10 an hour back out of it. I can, with a blog, that's the awesome thing about it, because it's like there's no limits. You can, your shop front is out there the whole time, but it's like, there's no limit on how much or how little you get paid, and obviously the results are going to be guaranteed. Aren't going to be guaranteed. They're going to be, a result of you. But that's the awesome thing. You set your own limits, and that's what really drew me into, getting involved with what we're doing right now, and really getting invested into a blog, because you can get yourself out there, and there's no limits to the potential and the capabilities that you can do with your life, and you can put the amount of stuff you can decide. It's your decision what you want to share with the world today, who you want to serve, who you want to whose problems you want to solve, and just adding value to the world. It's your decision, and that's just some of the benefits that I found from having a blog.
Yeah, there's something I know what I'm not weird echo. But anyway, I know when I was again in the offline world, I was thinking, okay, what if I got this really big as far as my team, really big? I was like, okay, how am I going to be able to help out so many team members? And just to be honest with you, you won't be able to. It's just not. Let's say if you had again, talking about home-based business, you had a team of over 10,000 people, you're not going to be able to serve every single one of them. But with a blog platform, they'll be able to see as far as the information that you put out there, maybe about certain events, or maybe about different product or service being launched or whatever. They can be able to go to that blog post and pretty much use that as a reference as far as like, okay, this is going to happen, this might be the dates or whatever, or get ready for this coming up. Again, just another heads up as far as down the road, and too, that kind of brought up for what Neil was talking about earlier, as far as those blog posts can be on there for several years too, depending if you want to still keep them online too, because people are always going to be looking for information. That's another thing too that we already brought up, as far as Google likes the information too from our blog posts. As far as like, oh, okay, give me more information too. Doesn't matter about a particular title or whatnot. People that do get started in our company, they're always kind of worried about the right everything. Forget that. Put your information out there too. Share it with the people who are around, pretty much your own circle too, or as we say, your own market as well. Because people that are pretty much around your circle too, they want to know what is it that you're sharing too. What is the information that you want to give out to the marketplace? As also, if you mentioned, as far as basically looking into the mirror and finding what you like too. Not only, like Neil said, your own niche, your own passion that you have for. So just giving a couple of examples as well with that. But as far as the actual platform too, go ahead, Patricia. I know you've been waiting for this too, big time. As far as the platform, we're not going to just throw the kitchen sink at you, but we're going to give you some good information too, and pretty much why our platform. So go ahead and take it away, Patricia.
Well, the platform is the Kalatu blog. That's what our company, which is Empower Network, is promoting. That's the basic tool that we use online. And for that, we all of us have it, and all of us, I believe, have upgraded to the premium platform, which offers up to 10 blogs, and it has different niches or different designs that you can go into and blog about. I believe there's one for real estate. There's one that lets you have a video at the very top of the header that you can put in. There's different features of the blogs that are beneficial to business people, to individual people like us. We don't have our own, we have our own businesses, but we don't have maybe a brick and mortar business. Somebody like that would want to blog to update daily, blog daily about whatever topic that they do want to put on for their particular niche onto their blog. And like again, it comes with different features. And there is a basic, which is $25. The Kalatu Premium is, I believe it's $97 a month. And again, don't be afraid that this is what you have to pay every month, because if you have a business, this is a business expense that can be a tax write-off as well. So basically, that's really what I wanted to say, Andre, for that. Right now, the Kalatu blog is our main tool that we use on the internet to make money with. And for those people who are looking to get into it and to buy it, again, I believe we have a green button that's it's on the left side of you. If you're facing it, I believe it's on the right side of you. And we need you to click that link. And also, when you join us, either one of us that you see here, we'll be able to be on our team, and we'll be able to give you the advice through our blog, as well as you can contact us about what it is we do, how we do it. We give you a platform through our blogs, the basic blog that we have that can help you get started, basically. And I'm not going to go into the other thing yet, Ian. I mean, Andre.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's a little bit, it's a little bit much for them, like you said. It would be for somebody who already has a blog, perhaps. I could get into that, but you let me know when.
I mean, if you want to go and share that, that's fine too, because some people might want to be thinking that might have that idea. It's like,
yeah, because there are.
I got a blog. Okay, why your blog? You know what I'm saying? Right. Something like that.
Yeah, because I'm addressing people where we're addressing two audiences today. We're addressing people who don't know what the heck a blog is, and Andre just looked up the definition and read it to you. And then we're appealing to also people who do have a blog, or maybe they have a company website, but it's something that is not their own. They can't go into that company website. They cannot change it. They cannot update it. They cannot put their own life story in there. I know there are some websites, company websites, where you could put a little bio of who you are, but it's limited. But with the Kalatu platform, you own the whole thing. And one good thing about it, they can't take it down. Like Blogger, I believe it is, and then the WordPress platform, sometimes what they can do is they can shut it down. They can't do that with the Kalatu platform. As long as you own the subscription, it is yours. As long as you're a part of the Empower Network company, it is yours. So I just want to share a few of the features then for some people who might have a blog already, and they're saying, dang, my platform, my blog can't do this. So let me find it here. And this is something from Ian Support. Let me see if I can do this. I'm not sure how to do this, so I'll see if I can bring it up on a screen share. Let's see here. And I'm going to share with you guys. Let me know if you could see it, okay?
Yeah, we can.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can see it.
All right. This was back in January, so we have some new features since then. But this is basically a blog from our company, one of the support blogs that they have. But I just wanted to show them what part of what ours offers. It offers a whole lot more than just this, but this is just 4 of them. Like add an opt-in box. We know that we need to capture a lead. So if somebody comes to your blog, it's beneficial that they can put in their information. So it says Kalatu supports an opt-in box that can be added to the end of each blog post if you have a Weber or GetResponse. Your readers can easily opt into your email list and receive updates from you. And then if you have a Weber, be sure to use the unique list ID instead of your Aweber list name. This will produce the best results. Here is where you can find it. Of course, when you go there, it gives you information. There's a little thing to click here. And two, use two different authors. It says, do you have a family member who wants to help you create content for your website? Are you an Empower Network husband or wife team? Or maybe you have an alias you go by. So at this time, now Kalatus had supported two blogs or two different authors, but now we know, since our last event, everybody, we know that Kalatu has been upgraded. We have 10 different blog sites that we can utilize. And I believe that those of you who have just your blogger, you cannot do that. 3, you can add a video to your sidebar. The sidebar is like over here. I don't know if this one has it on here. It doesn't. But our personal blogs, we can add a YouTube sidebar where you can, actually it's a great place to put your life. Like what I like to do is when I go to events that we have every 3 months for our company, I like to take and shoot a lot of videos with the leaders or just the average people who are in Empower Network. And it can tell the story. If they click on the sidebar with my YouTube videos there, they can go through those and see my lifestyle, see my story, see what I've been doing online and what I've uploaded there. And of course, if we are bloggers, I like to make my YouTube videos to coincide with my blog or what I'm going to be writing about. And of course, you can always get the embed links and put them on the main part of your blog as well. And then schedule a post to publish in the future. We know that this is important. Sometimes if you have to blog every day, the thing is, well, what can I blog about, or how can I blog every day? Well, you can schedule them, because maybe you have a streak of genius where you have all these ideas flowing to you, and you write 10 blogs, or you write 20 blogs in a day. And then you can schedule those out over time. You don't have to post them all in one day. So maybe one day you do want to go on vacation, or you've written 20 blogs and you want to go on vacation for 20 days. You don't have to be there physically uploading them or syndicating them. It can be done automatically. So that is what this little blog was all about right here. So I'm going to go back. Let me see. Now I got to figure out how to go back. Can you guys see my screen? Is it still up on that, or?
No, click on the green arrow again.
Okay, let me do that. Okay. Can you see me now? Okay, yep. There you go. All right, so that's all I wanted to share right now with you guys. We can't tell them everything that the blog does. We have other. Oh, go ahead, Neil.
Sorry, no, I was just going to add one feature to something I thought I'd just quickly check. It was just a little bit earlier whilst it came to me. The good thing about the Kalatu thing, because I know this is a problem that I came across, and certainly we were talking about it a little bit earlier, me and Ian, and that is when you're trying to come up with your blog, the first thing, the biggest hurdle, at least for me it was what can I talk about, what can be my subject about, and things like that. And so when you actually write a new post, you can actually click on something like give me an idea. And what I did is I actually just typed in work from home, and the actual idea that came up with is the step-by-step guide to work from home. So it's just things like that as well. You could just type in a particular niche or a particular topic, click on give me an idea, which I don't know any other platform that actually does either. So you just click on give me an idea, and it will say, yeah, okay, what about this? And you can always click no, let's try something else, and it will give you another idea. And I don't know particularly whether it continues to do it and cycles around. I don't know how it works particularly. I just think it's great, but it gives you ideas, and that for me is a big problem solver, because that's one of the biggest problems I see. That was one of the biggest problems I ever had when I was trying to blog. I kept getting frustrated because I don't know what to talk about. I mean, that in itself is a problem, but if you've got something that is going to give you ideas, give you actually just the subject, and then you can say, right, I'm going to talk about that.
Right. And that's a good thing, because with our Kalatu blog, the other thing I wanted to mention is we do have a feature in there that is with the 21-day blogging challenge. And like you said, you can click on there. They give you ideas of what to blog about for 21 days. And of course, it recycles, like you said. You can do it all over again. But another thing that I found, once make sure that it is within your niche, though. You want, like I said, what I like to write about is fashion, and I like to write about how-tos, and for people who are retired. So that's what we need to do. If we have someone that's on our team that's new, the how-tos are wonderful. And the 21-day blogging challenge, the suggestions that they give you in there are fabulous for someone who is a newbie trying to get started and just draw a blank of what to write about.
Isn't that genius too? How we do have that set up in our Kalatu blog as far as the 21-day challenge? Because think about it. Always in the new year, what are people trying to do? Have New Year's resolutions. But unfortunately, within about 2.5 weeks, that's just how service is set over the years too. They pretty much lose the fire, or pretty much don't get into the good, strong habits early on as far as getting into that rhythm to actually go and, let's say, for example, want to lose weight or whatever. That's the whole purpose for the reason why they have the 21-day challenge within our Kalatu platform. So you get in a rhythm as far as, like, okay, once you complete it, you're like, man, if you're already, by those last few days, you're already in a habit as far as, man, I got a blog today, or let's see, what can I share today? You're already in a habit. This is good habits too. That's another thing too. Once you go into the blue link in the below our platform, click on our link, you'll get a hold of one of the books that we like to help as far as strengthening your mindset from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. As far as he mentioned that too in that book, as far as having good habits, as far as pretty much helping you propel you into your goals and your achievements you're trying to accomplish too. So that's another good reason why we have that. Pretty much that little 21-day challenge within our platform, just so you can, like I said, get yourself going as far as getting momentum. Because you might be somebody like what Neil's mentioned as far as, like, I don't know what to talk about. But if you are pretty much what we like to mention too a lot within our community as far as reading daily and listening to audios daily as far as good inspirational information into your head, trust me, you're going to find ways to, you're going to find topics and great content to put out there as well. Make sure it's still within that niche of yours, because who knows, your niche might be online marketers as far as instead of somebody who's working offline. So that's one thing I learned from one of our several $100,000 earners, and again, his results are not typical. So look at the income disclosure below this video. But he mentioned as far as there is a difference as far as certain niche too, and that was kind of like a big eye-opener for me earlier this week as well, because there is a difference between how this language is spoken as far as, like, if you're working offline, what's the word you use a lot is recruiting. When you're working online, you might hear, like, as far as saying representative, you hear affiliate, or say you won't hear the word prospect too much as compared to offline. So there's certain words and just knowing the language of your niche too are also crucial to put that content out there in your blog as well. So just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say, somebody watching this might say, okay, I have a blog. I'm writing and telling my story, or I'm doing all of this stuff. So how do I make money?
Well, that comes back to that you can make money in two different ways. At least this is for me. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but obviously, like I say, I'm still quite new to blogging, at least by some standards anyway. But for me, you can have banner advertising, so you can stick banners up on your website, or you try and not sell them something, but you try and offer them something right at the end. So if you link to a particular offer right at the bottom, saying this is the platform I use, or something like that, then that is how I would actually be looking to try and link it over. But there's also the banner advertising down the side, so whenever you do a blog post, you've got the banners posted wherever. And I've seen quite a few blogs out there that actually have loads and loads of banners posted all over the place, and it is a great way to monetize. But see, for me, is when it comes to blogging, you're trying to get someone to read your content, and if you've got a ton of content but you've got a ton of banner advertising down the side, it's kind of, for me, taking you away from the actual content of the blog, and that is kind of distracting. And what we always say within our marketing message is you don't want people being distracted away from what objective you're trying to get them to do. So if you're trying to get them to read your blog, you don't want to be having tons of banner advertisements down the side. So what we have is we just have one banner down the right-hand side, and I think that's great because, like I say, it's there, it's not too distracting, it doesn't take you away from the particular message that you're trying to put out there, but like I say, it's there so you can get them, try and get them to take you up on whatever it is that you're trying to do. But there was one thing sorry?
No, I say, and then we have that opt-in box that I talked about,
yes.
Because once they read it and they see it, then we want them to fill in their information. We usually ask for their name. We don't want to be too intrusive, but we ask for their name and their email. And then that way they can subscribe to our emails that they would get. And we should tell them that because that they've opted in to us, when we do send the emails out, don't think of them as junk mail. Think of them, we should condition them to think of us as a friend that they're going to come back to, or we're going to get in contact with them through our emails and through our message. And as we send those out and they become familiar with us and they read those emails, either taking them back to our blog, which should be updated, and then they get to know us. And that way, if they feel comfortable, know, like, and trust us for our content that we're putting out there, and they might join us. So that's what I meant, Neil. So that's basically what our blog is. That's how people make money. People sign up with us through our subscription, through a subscription with us, I should say, through our blog.
Another quick thing too, Patricia, because so you brought up a good point, because we might have people that are not so much in the home-based business profession, but in traditional businesses as well. That same setup that you mentioned as far as having an opt-in to say you own a bread shop. That same thing, you can use that to opt in so they can get, let's say, newsletters or pretty much ads as far as maybe a sale going on with their, maybe their bread shop as well. Or they can have, since you can also, with blogs, you obviously have your different categories, you can pretty much give out information on each category and maybe talk about the actual, let's say, like I said, talking about bread, maybe that type of bread that you're selling to, or the ingredients within it too, and the price as well too, just to still give information out there. So this is an example as far as not only just that, as well as this using the opt-in too, but also using the different categories and the other features within the platforms. Again, we're not going to go into that big with great detail, but we're just throwing it out there as far as somebody who's maybe just, again, working in a traditional business, or owns traditional business, they can use that as well too. And believe me, in our community, I know the next event that we go to, once you do click the link and join us too, and our next event will be in Vegas, I'm pretty sure I'll run into somebody who's working pretty much a traditional business to brick-and-mortar business who's using this platform as far as getting sales for their business. I'm pretty sure I'll run into somebody about that. It happens every time too. If I know you guys probably ran into somebody who's done that, or have seen somebody online who's used that platform, so I'm telling you, it does happen. So again, the results might not be typical or whatever, but trust me, it's possible and it has happened. So this is giving you guys a heads up about that.
That's cool. And going back to when I first got started online, I actually did create a blog. This was a good few years ago. But when you set up your blog, I mean, I don't know. I'm not techie at all, so I had to actually pay someone to do that. And the problem for me with that is when you're trying to set up your themes and trying to even change your headlines or anything like that, it just for me it was far too complicated. Anytime I came up with I wanted to redevelop the site or change anything up, and it was just for me far too difficult. And that's another feature that I love about this, because once you get started, it is set up ready for you to start, and if you need to change anything out, so simple to just change over. So another thing for people who often say don't want to get started for blogging because it's too hard to set up or it's too hard to do this, drag and drop simple, so easy to do, and that's what I love about it. I'm nowhere, not no techie at all. I can hardly do anything when it comes to, you know, setting up blogs and things like that. But I can find a way around it. Like I say, the themes are interchangeable. You can swap them out very, very easy, very user friendly, and I just don't come across too many problems with it. So for anybody who thinks that I can't do blogging because I'm not technical, I don't know how to set up my blog or anything like that, it's pretty much set up for you as soon as you go. You can set it up to your personal standards, but it's not a case of that you need to figure out how to do this and how to do that. They give you videos to show you how to do it, but also it's just simple drag and drop. You just click on this, I want this one instead of this one, click OK, it swaps it straight out. There's no technology required. You don't need to know anything. It is so simple, so user-friendly to use. So don't be off-put by thinking I'm not technical or anything like that. It really, really is user-friendly beyond what I can actually say, to be honest.
Yes. So where's Ian? Ian, so you have anything to contribute with how we make money online?
It's pretty simple. You get traffic to a blog and then solve someone's problems. They click on a link, they go through your sales funnel, and then they buy from you. And if that sounds like a business that you'd want to get involved in, then it's pretty obvious where you click the button below. But it's as simple as that. It's pretty straightforward when you look at it directly and really focus on what it is that you want in life and really start sharing that with people, and then make a life that you don't have to live butcher that one up. Live a life you don't need to take a vacation from.
Now, I had a question, too, I want to ask everybody that's on this panel. If someone wants to join a company, usually they have to do the research and everything, which they're welcome to do for Empower Network. That's what we belong to. That supplies us this Kalatu blog. So the thing is, should they join us? Would they be satisfied with Empower Network? What can we tell them? I know I love it personally because that's how we met. We met through this company, right? And not only that, how about, I think Andre mentioned the Red Rock will be in Vegas, but we have events where we can all come together and we can meet. So do they have to be afraid of joining this company?
Yeah, and the thing about what we're doing here is it's the people. The people makes all the difference. In you know, you're thinking about what we're doing here. You're still watching what we're doing. You're interested, obviously, in about blogging and what we're doing here. It's the people that make all the difference. It really is. And you know, like Patricia says, you know, we wouldn't be here doing this now, and I definitely wouldn't be here doing this now because if it wasn't for the people that, you know, inspire you to really take action on your dreams. But it's like, you know, you can have all the tools in the world, all the blogs, all the, you know, the different features and all this, that, and the other. But it really is the people out there, the people who really care about, you know, the you know, the new members' success. Then we wouldn't be here for sure, and neither would a lot, you know, pretty much all the people wouldn't be here. Everyone wouldn't be here if it wasn't for, you know, the people from the top who really caring about, you know, new members, and you know, that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do, and you know, we love it for it.
And I'm thankful for our leader and president and owner of Empower Network, David Wood, because without him and his vision for his company, none of us would be blogging this way, right? None of us.
Yeah,
you're right. And,
go ahead.
A couple of points I was going to make, and one of them actually was David Wood, because, you know, I'm to be honest, this is the first company I've ever been with that's to do with network marketing. I was more the IM world, not the network marketing world. But you know, when I read about network marketing, a couple of problems I do actually see people have with network marketing. One, from what I'm being told, is the compensation plan. People say the compensation plan is more directed towards the owner of the company, or well, just say the company rather than the actual person. And also, it's, well, let's just talk about the compensation plan. One of our leaders, his name's Aaron. He, I think he had 1,000 people. It might even be more than that. He had about
people. I was making about 4,000 a month or something.
Exactly. So he had pretty much as many people in as much money as he was making. So I mean, 4,000 people in, he was making $5,000 a month. And now I don't know particularly exactly how many people he's got in his team, but he's overpassed $1 million. He'd done that a long time ago. So he's probably on the best part of $1.5 million, and he's not got that many people in because, well, he'd be making a lot more money than that. To make $5,000, you will need a few people. I don't literally mean 3. I just mean you won't need half as many. By the standards that we were just talking about, the amount of numbers that we were just talking about, you won't need that many. I can't say this is how many people you need in order to hit 5,000 because there are a few things that goes into it. But to be honest, you don't need half as many people as you will if you was actually being paid very, very minimal on what you actually sell. So that for me, that was one hurdle overcome. Second, the owner of the company is his focus, rather than saying I want to become the richest person, his focus is I want the richest team. So when he thinks about how I can take the company forward, he doesn't think about, well, if I can introduce this, then I'm going to get these people to sell that, which means I'm going to make this much. He's like, no, I want to help you. So how can I help you make more money? And the last thing that he introduced, which was an additional, it was this Class 2 premium. It was solely focused as a way to help people get more money. So it wasn't how much money he was going to make. He knew he was going to make money because he's good at what he does. But his focus was, how can I make it easier for the people that get started to make more money? And for me, that is another thing as well. So his focus is nothing to do with himself. He wants the richest team. He wants to make as many millionaires as he can. And he's already on 16. So, it tells you that in it's 4 years this year that this company's been around, he's made 16 millionaires. That's over 4 a year, if you think about it. By the time we reach, it's another 5 months, but in another 5 months, obviously I can't guarantee it. Results are not typical. We can't guarantee any income at all. But what I would be confident in say is we should have at least another 2 millionaires. So that is over 4 millionaires being made out of this company a year. And I don't know many companies that will actually be able to say that, because it's, from what I'm being told, again, this is my first network marketing company, but all I hear from David Wood is, how can I make things easier for you? And again, this platform in itself tells you everything. The platform is so drag and drop friendly, so even technophobes like myself, I've had to figure everything out. I can't set up WordPress. I'd have to pay someone else to do it. But this is set up. You set up your account. Your blog is ready to go, and then you optimize it to how you want it. And even then, even I can do that. You just click, I want that one instead of that one, and everything is so simple to use. It's just super easy, and I think that in itself tells you that where this company is, what it wants, and it wants to help you to get the results you want. It's not about what the company want. The company puts out the great products, so it makes it easier for you to become, 1, the better marketer, but 2, help other people see how good this company is as well.
Another thing too, as far as that with David Wood, it's really about service. Because I remember reading a book from Greg Reed about a year ago, 3 Feet from Gold. Really, the main word that stuck out the most was service. How can you help serve people? How can you help serve your market, the warm market, or however it might be? So that's the main thing as far as what we try to do too, and pretty much within our communities, just help service. Doesn't matter if you're part of another company or not. We really doesn't bother us and whatnot. If you want to build that company and this company, so be it. Trust me, I'll be running into people that built several companies, kind of this one all at the same time. Another thing too, as well, as far as helping us serve you is, okay, you're thinking, all right, I'm liking this, okay, but how can I help market? Well, another thing with it, market this. Another thing we didn't really tell you about it, besides just joining in too by pressing that green link, is we have a system to help out you learn how to market the blogging platform as well. Because be honest with you, when you get online, some people just don't know how to blog online. You've seen people that are in different companies, whatever it be, maybe not so much online, but also traditional brick and mortar business. they're just kind of just blasting, let's say, for example, the Facebook profiles about different services or products too, but not really learning how to go about marketing. We only have one system, and it went through probably about 3.5 years as far as getting everything laid out so it can be the right system for Empower Network. So that just tells you pretty much they have their I's dotted, their T's crossed as well, using the system to help, again, promote the blogging platform, help you learn how to market better online. So you're not looking like pretty much not like an amateur right out the gate. So you can just follow the steps, find a process that helps, find a way that pretty much helps with you, pretty much resonates with you, and go with it. That's the main thing too that we've all learned too. You got to be something that you like and go with it. Again, we're not going to go into detail as far as how about to pretty much bring out your blogging content out there. But that's just, again, once you do click the link that says yes, let me in, that's the system that will help you learn to market the platform so you can go about promoting your business, whatever it might be. It can be this business as well, it can be other business, or again, like I said, maybe it helps just learn help promote yourself. So just wanted to just share that with you as well, because that's within too once you join our company. And then also too, go and get the ticket and hop and join us in next month, because we'll be in Vegas once again. That's where we met. Most of us met each other the first time we were in Vegas earlier this year in January. I already knew Ian, because it's funny, we were already in the same team too, but that's when we first met Neil and we met Patricia, but we met them separately. Really, when we all got together was the last event was in Nashville about 2 months ago. So we'd like to meet you as well as far as in Vegas. Just pretty much meet you, shake your hand, take pictures of you, and just put it all over social media just so you can see, okay, these guys are real and they do really care. Because that really comes down to it. You won't say it, but yeah, some people say, oh yeah, it might be about the money, but when it comes down to it, it'll be about the people. You're only successful as the 5 closest people that you hang with. So and that's in any successful person will tell you that. That's just the bottom line. So I just wanted to just bring that up. Bring that out as well. So anything else too?
They can run into me, run into Ian and you and whatever. Remember, I'm the selfie queen. You know, the video. I'll do an interview with them and everything. Put them up. We're gonna promote them. Put them on my blog. The experience. Every time I do, like I said, go to an event, they can see it on my YouTube channel, on my blog. I write about it on my blog. And they can be the next featured person that comes up and meets me, you know? And I liked what you said, Andre, about service. A blog, we're servicing our clients, we're servicing our audience. So what is that quote? If you give them what they want, right, they'll give us what we want, or we'll eventually get what we want. And to service and help people is what I have been doing part-time too, as part of a profession, doing in-home supportive care. That's helping people who are elderly or sickly or that type of thing. But this is another helping people who want to have their own blogging business online. They're sick of going to work, sick of being in a cubicle, and we can help them financially, and so that they can achieve what? Financial freedom. And to me, that's what a blog means. To me, you write the blog, like you mentioned, David Wood or some other bloggers who have been online, and 5 years, or however long they have been blogging years ago, that blog is still earning them money. They're maybe not even promoting it, but people are finding it on YouTube or not YouTube, but on the internet somewhere, and then they read it. They're following him on Facebook. The same thing that they could do with us, because I do a CTA, which is a call to action, and I have where they can not only read the blog, they can connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, all the social network sites, and we just never know who's stalking us, And one day we find them in our inbox, or in our Empower network. That they've signed up and they've joined, and oh my God, or they're on our list. So for emails, because they want to know more, and we're value driven, like you said. We want to give them value because we know if we can change their lives and help them, then that would only help us.
Yep. That is so true. Anything else? Anything else in the final saying here for the panel?
Yeah, I mean, go on, Ian.
I was just going to say, you know, it's like as far as, you know, we're summing it up as serving people, and really this is a business where you can, you know, you go to a job and you're just about getting by, struggling to just about help yourself, and like that's all, you know, you're able to think about because you're putting all your energy into, you know, only helping yourself. But with this business, you can help yourself abundantly, and then, you know, have excess energy to, you know, to help other people, and it's really, it passes down, and you know, it's contagious, and it's like so much more awesome to be, you know, doing what we're doing here than being stuck in a job, because you're able to help yourself and then help others in the process.
Yes.
Awesome. I mean, sorry.
No, I said definitely. That was awesome.
All I was just going to close out with saying, it was just further to what Andre was saying, is basically when you decide to join us in our team, all we're going to look to do is basically give you everything. It's all what you already have. It's just you don't realise you have it, and that's giving you the confidence to become the person that you need to be to get where ultimately you want to go. You have everything inside of you, what you need to get where you want to go. You just don't realise it yet, and that's why you need a mentor to show you the way to how to tap into your inner power to just bring it out of you. That's all it is. All it is, it's a confidence thing. We can help you find your inner power. Whatever it is that you have, we can help you so you can get where it is you need to go. So don't think that, you know, it's something that we learn. Yes, there are things that we learn, but everything that you need, you already have. You just need someone to show you how to tap into that. So jump on board and we will show you how to tap into that.
Mm-hmm. Click that link below. It's a green one. It's over there somewhere, right? And don't forget the free ebook.
Yeah.
And
Same time, same place next week.
We'll see you guys then.
All right. Bye, guys. I hope you got some value.